My name is Tasia Lynn Hegarty, and this is my speech for Teaching Infants ASL for Better Communication for Professor Marlow, Speech Class 151, and this is my audience. So, should parents or guardians teach their child or infant ASL for better communication? Well, sign language is very beneficial for both parents and child. Imagine if every infant could tell us when they wanted a diaper change, or milk or cookies, or they wanted to show us a flower as we walk by it. Baby sign language, often known as American Sign Language, will reduce the fussiness between the communication gap between parent and child. I personally believe that ASL for infants is very beneficial. I have a couple friends who do use ASL for infants, and I see the remarkable changes between their child and their communication. If I learned ASL when I was pregnant and when I had my child as the respectable means to teach ASL, I believe I would use it because the changes in the communication itself is remarkable. So I'll be going over our overview now, and we'll be going over what is ASL, what is the best age to teach ASL at, signing after vocalization, and how to get started in teaching ASL. So, first off, what is ASL? ASL is American Sign Language, and American Sign Language is actually the third most used language in the United States. By practicing and developing ASL as a second language, it can be both beneficial to the child and the parent in a much later life. Being able to express yourself is definitely a basic human need, and even babies, infants, and toddlers are more contented when it's not a constant struggle to convey what they want or what they need. Even more crucial, any infant could actually tell you when they're in pain. So, today I'll be talking about the major benefits of infant ASL and how it plays a role in development and communication. So, what age should ASL be taught at? In the study of Bonvillian, Orlansky, and Norvac of 1983, they found that the earliest first sign of an infant is at 5.5 months, and at a mean age of 8.5 months. So that means the infant was able to produce their first recognizable sign at 5.5 to 8.5 months. How remarkable is that? Also, keep in mind that in order for a child to properly vocalize their communication on what they want and what they need, they must master the facial expressions and the facial gestures and use their facial muscles in a way to convey their message. So, sign language is beneficial in that way because it helps infants communicate at a faster and at a younger age. And according to Cridlow and Goodwin, 1996, and Garcia's study of 1999, the benefits and advantages have led some researchers and clinicians to recommend that signing be taught between the ages of from infant to 2 years old, so between the 2-year lifespan. This recommendation is supported by previous studies showing that infants exposed to sign language acquired first signs at a much, much earlier age than the typical first word. And this is all according to Baby and Sign Language, their website. So we'll be going on to what are the benefits. There is better communication between parent and child. We can reduce the stress between parent and child, and especially the fussiness. We can understand a second language, and we can teach a second language. Also, this also teaches children to communicate and how to start and participate in a typical conversation. ASL can actually express feelings in a beneficial manner, and this is emotionally satisfying for the child themselves. Infants that are less frequently frustrated do not cry as much, and they do not throw as much tantrums. And wouldn't that be great? So, we'll be going on to signing after vocalization. There are some studies here that say that the early use of sign language can potentially delay the vocal communication or vocal language, but the results of Goodwin, Cridlow, and Brown of the 2000 study suggest that signing actually facilitates rather than hinders development of vocal language. They found that hearing patients or parents who actually encourage ASL over vocal or spoken word has children who outperform parents who only want their child to speak vocally and in spoken word. And I thought that was amazing. So, do you guys want to teach your infant ASL for better communication? So I'll teach you guys how to get started. ASL is actually considered a second language, and as learning goes, we all must be taught. There are various ways to learn ASL for infants. Some examples include purchasing an ASL package, joining an ASL support group or class, learning from websites, books, or even picture galleries, and videos. Anyway, purchasing ASL packages is one way to learn. As we all see on TV, they have made many ways to learn a second language. Everyone is different in ways of learning, so everyone will not be the same in learning ASL, especially for infants, so you have a variety to choose from. And an ASL package, it typically comes with a DVD or a bunch of gallery cards so that you can look, and it usually comes with a book so that it'll teach you the right way to learn how to sign for your infant. Second, there's support groups. I also did some research and found that there's a support group for ASL infants out in Pahoa, but at the moment she's not teaching. And this is a support group that you would pay for, and you could bring your child. And this is very beneficial to join a support group because the child and the parent can interact with each other on the spot. So that's an advantage. Lastly, if you're on a budget and you can't afford all the high-tech money paying stuff, you can actually use websites. Websites offer free picture galleries. Sometimes they offer clips of books, and they also offer videos. Like, you can go on YouTube and learn how to sign, and they actually have accredited YouTube videos that you can watch. So I have an example here that I'll be showing you on how to teach about teaching a child to eat. So here we go. Okay, so that's a typical video that you can actually find on YouTube, and it's free. And so, in summary, remember that ASL and its benefits will not make your child the perfect angel or the best communicator. It's just a better way and a better means to reduce fussiness and feelings of anger that often result in the ability to communicate. So, research indicates that infants and toddlers who can actually use sign language have fewer incidents of unwanted habits and such as biting, and biting can be a very detrimental thing as a toddler because they're trying to communicate with you. As I discussed, there are many benefits to learning ASL for infants, and if we build that bridge early on in an infant's life, we can have a quick and stronger bond with our child. After all my research, I will definitely be using ASL for infants for my second child, and I actually learned a lot through all my studies. And now, are you guys considering using ASL or baby sign language for your infant?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's give our infants a chance to express their needs and wants, and as parents and guardians, let's answer their needs and wants at a much earlier age. Thank you, and that is my speech.